take Karen Reed. Karen Reed is one of our students, and we just did a little bit of analysis for her, and we're going to save her a whole bunch of money. Karen, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank
All
you.
right, good. Now we went through the Success and Money action plan and checklist, and we found out some data for her, and we found some simple solutions to fix some interesting things. So to kind of give you a background, when you fill out this our group right here, you can see that as a net worth, she has a home worth 260,000. She has some cash in the bank, about 10,000. She's got an IRA, which is awesome. So right now she's got $278,000 worth of assets, give or take. She's got a loan for 64,000. She's got six credit cards. Six credit cards. Count them, six. And she owes about $10,000 on them. Guess what? The interest rate's 24%. She's got a low rate on her home, but she's got 24% on her credit cards. And if she pays the minimum payment, it's going to take about 15 to 18 years to pay that all off. So we've gone into here and we've gone and put all this into the debt detail. Now the debt detail here, we're looking at two things. Number one, these are the credit cards. And we're not going to list them out, but there's six of them. There's six credit cards. And our goal here is to be able to take these cards and to pay them off. So what's interesting is that she's got $10,000 worth of debt, and the balance, we're just going to combine them all into that 110,000, and the monthly payment is about $205 a month, somewhere around that. So right now she's on track to pay $28,000 in interest. She's got $28,000 in interest. Now, as we look at that, she looks at her six credit cards. I'm not going to list them all, but we're just going to list the biggest one and the smallest one. The biggest one, she's got a $19,000 credit limit, but she only owes $1,800 on it. The ratio is only 9.47. If you want to have good credit, you have a big credit limit and then don't use it. That's what credit cards love. That's what other people in the credit agencies love. If you're trying to build your credit for more homes, for real estate, for investing and stuff like that, we got to get your credit rating up. And the way you do that is to have a high credit limit, but don't use it. Now she's got one card. She's only got $3,500 on limit on it, where she owes $1,000. So she's got a 28% that she's using. They don't like 40% or 80% or 100%. They like it when you got lots of credit because somebody else agrees and thinks that you have wonderful credit. Now, the challenge I have with all of this is that she has $10,000 in her checking account that's just sitting in her checking account at 0%. She's loaning money to the bank at 0%, and she's coming down here on her debt detail, and she's paying out $28,000 over the life of that loan on all these credit cards. She's paying $240 a year in pure interest. I'm sorry, $2,400 a year in pure interest. So here's our action plan. Number one, we're going to call the bank. We're going to call the credit card company where she's got this $19,000 one. And we're going to ask them, can you reduce our rate? I'm interested. I've got another credit card that I can use, and I'm going to tear yours up. I'm going to cut it up unless you can reduce my rate down to 8 or 9%. Because what we want to do is we need to have a little bit of credit for an emergency. But any emergency you have, you don't need to have cash. 98% of the time, you need a credit card. Everybody I know takes a credit card. So what we want to do is our emergency fund is now the one credit card that we're going to keep, and we're going to get rid of all the rest of them. And so the goal is, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to call that group that we have the best limit on. We got the highest limit with the lowest amount. And we're going to ask them if they would be willing to reduce the rate on the card down to 8 or 9%. We're okay to keep the card. We just don't want to pay all that huge rate on it. So that's the first thing we're going to do. Now, the second thing we're going to do with it is, if they say no, we're just going to go get a new card. We're going to get a new card. And when we call that new card company, we're going to say, hey, I've got a credit card with $19,000 worth of limit. I like your card better. It's only 9% or 8%. Would you give me a new card if I got rid of the old card? And most likely they'll say, yeah. They might only give you 15,000. I don't really care what they give us. What I care about is I'm getting rid of this stuff. Now we've got $10,000 in cash and $10,000 in credit. You're getting zero bupkis in money from the bank. And you're putting that money away, Karen, because you're afraid that you'll have an emergency. Well, guess what? If you have an emergency, you can put it on a credit card. The worst case scenario is you can get a cash advance, on your credit card. But the vast majority of people are going to take your credit card. They'll take it at wherever you go, they'll take a credit card. And again,
Oh,
if they won't, you can actually get a cash advance against your credit card. So that's step number 2, is to get a new rate. Number 3 is to pay off these cards. There's no reason why you should have these cards. There's no reason. If you want to build your credit, we're going to keep one of them with the low rate and the low ratio, and that will help us to increase our credit. Okay, does that make sense? So that is our plan. We're going to take this $10,000 that we've got in cash sitting here in the bank that's doing nothing for us, zero. Take 9,000 of it if you want. So you've got an extra $1,000 in cash if you want. And then we're going to come down in here into our debt. We're going to pay off all these credit cards, all these credit cards. And the way you do it when you're paying off your debts is the smallest, the smallest amount that you owe, pay that one off first. So if you're doing the debt snowball, like Ramsey says, which has been around for decades, you're going to pay off the little ones first, then take that extra money and pay the second one off, pay the third one off, pay the fourth one off. So kill the little babies first, and then start attacking the bigger ones after that and take that extra cash flow. So Karen, this is your plan. Tell me what your thoughts are now that you can see what the difference is that can make a huge difference in your finances.
well, based on the numbers that you shown, it shows wise to pay off the credit card, and then start putting money towards investing
Guess where we're going to put it, Karen?
in the Roth IRA.
Good. So as we put that money into our Roth IRA, when you retire, when you hit 55 or 60, 62 and a half, you can pull that money out. And how much are you going to have to pay the IRS in taxes?
Nothing.
Zero. Zip. Do you like paying money to the government in taxes?
No.
No. So we're going to take that $2,400 that you were going to give to the banks on your credit cards, and we're going to get it into our Roth IRA, which is step number 4, which is to invest. A lot of people have this little badge of courage and a little badge that says, I've got $10,000 in the bank, when in reality, you should have I'm stupid here, kick me, I'm stupid. What you want is you want $10,000 in your investment account that's making you money. Because what does that really cost you? So if we were to take that same $200 a month, okay, because it's $2,400 a year. The big number I'm looking at here is that $2,400 right there. That's what she's just going to pay in interest only right there, $2,400. Now, if she kept all this debt for 40 years, it's $96,000. But instead of paying it to the dang credit card companies, we just put it in and got it into a bond, a long-term CD at 6%, she'd have $393,000. If she put it into long-term stock and got a 10% rate of return, it's 1.1 million. And if we got a 12% rate of return, it's $2 million. So here's the $64,000 question, Karen. Would you rather have $2 million in assets, or would you rather keep that money into your emergency account and have 6 credit cards?
I rather than $2 million in asset.
So woman, we're going to make you a 2 comma woman. What the heck is a 2 comma woman?
Yeah, I don't know that.
2 comma woman. See that little comma right there? See that comma?
Uh-huh.
$1 million is a comma.
Okay.
You're now a $2 million, 2 million comma woman, 2 comma woman.
Come on.
So what's so amazing about this, that it's very simple. She's got the money right there sitting in her checking account that's not making her anything. We want to come into here and we want to pay off all that credit card crap. And if you want to keep an emergency card, keep one. Let's get a low interest rate on it if we can, because you can do that very easily. And then we're going to take that $200 a month and we're going to put it down in here into our what if. What does it cost? we're going to get it over here to our investment account, and it's going to grow. And it's going to grow and grow and grow. It's going to, if you put it in bonds, it's here. If you put it in the stock, it's going to be here. So you can be a 2-comma woman if you just do that one thing.
Okay.
So Karen, are you going to do that one thing?
Uh-huh.
What stopped you before that's finally pushing you over the edge? What's the thing that's pushing you over the edge? Like, I got to do this.
I guess just seeing the numbers. Seeing the numbers.
Now, you feel pretty comfortable that you have options if you have an emergency, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you've got options. Hey, I can just put it on my credit card. I can go get a cash advance if I got to pay somebody. But everybody takes credit cards. So that's my emergency fund is that credit card that I'm not going to use. I'm going to use my debit card. When you use a debit card, you naturally spend less money. If you pull money out of your wallet, cash, you'll spend less money. But the real goal is to get this money over here, get these credit cards paid off. And then from there, we're gonna add that money into our long-term investment account, and you can see what it can grow into. So she's on her way. She's got the answers. She's got the solutions. So just in recap, a credit card is nice to have, but it's costing you a lot of money. You're not making anything. Guess what the credit card companies are doing? Guess what the banks are doing? They're taking your money at 0%, 0%, and taking that money. If you have $1,000 in your checking account and you owe $1,000 on your credit card, the bank literally took your money at 0% and loaned it back to you at 21%. That's what they did. They took it right, and it's just a little transaction they do on their books. So I'm taking this $1,000 and I'm going to loan it over here, and they're going to make 21% on it, $210 a year on you and giving you nothing. So that's the game. And the other problem is, Karen, do you feel stupid when you walk in the bank? I mean,
Not
I mean,
really.
but do you feel a little uneasy when you're walking in the bank? Here's the deal. You should be saying, "Hey, suckers, I'm loaning you money at 0%, and you're not paying me anything. That sucks. I want to make some money off of it." So knowing the game will do that. Simple plan. We're going to pay off those credit cards. She's already got the cash. We're going to pay the credit cards off. We're going to keep one credit card for an emergency. We're going to reduce the interest rate on it. We're going to take all that money and we're going to get it into her investment accounts. And if she'll do that over time, that's going to be worth a lot of money. If you do it over 40 years, we're showing that one little technique will make you $2 million over your lifetime. So
Mm,
Karen, are we going to do it?
yes.
All right. So let's go make that happen. Thanks for watching, everybody. That's a simple system. Simply go to successandmoneyfoundation.org. We're a nonprofit foundation. We're teaching kids, teens, young adults, and even you adults. Yes, you adults about success and money. Well, because you probably didn't take those classes in school. Thanks for watching, everybody.